I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we are good.
Excellent. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Two Guys, One Moop. I am your walking, talking fleshlight, Brando Comics, and with me today is my favorite tube sock, El Fuzzo.
Ah, I like it. I like being a tube sock. I
Well, I
like.
mean, tube socks is the OG fleshlight. That's where every young male finished before they got fancy
Oh.
and picked up maybe one of
Ah!
these. Makes the best noise too.
Oh my God.
Don't ask. But I have
Hey, I
a
mean,
tube of sorts. It's
it's
just a practice CPR
yes on the mouth.
on the mouth. On that mouth. I'm not going to show the back though.
You can practice CPR on the Mac too. I mean,
I
shit.
guess so. It's kind of like inflating a balloon down there, right? You're supposed to go down there and blow as hard as you can.
Right. And
All
see
right,
what
great.
sounds it makes back.
Yes. There's nothing like a good queef.
You could
Well,
use
yeah.
that thing to practice kissing too, though. Like if you're new
Yes,
to the
yeah.
game.
Oh, because back when we were kids, we had to do it with the hands.
Yeah, with the hand. It was fucking.
You had to like you kiss like this, right? Like
Right. And then, I mean, some people kiss like that. Some people still kiss like that, right?
like me. Well,
Well,
we have
I
unboxing
think
to do.
we have some. Yeah, we have some shit to unbox. I got two things. How much do you got?
I was gonna do three, but
We can do
I'm
three. We can.
I'm probably just gonna do two because
Okay.
the other one is just like a regular purchase. I picked up some book. Actually, you know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Because I won a giveaway or not a giveaway thing, like a raffle thing from Mama Comic. I got
Oh, shit.
place. Third place. So I bought some books off of her. Plus, I'm pretty sure she sent them together with my winnings. So
Oh,
I
well, hell
shall
yeah.
unbox that then. So
Well,
want
that's
to do
cool.
1-1, or do you want to fucking do?
We'll do 1-1-1-1. I'll go ahead and I'll kick it off. I actually got a package from Mr. Ruben from the West chapter. On Instagram, he is it My Life as Fez? I think it's My Life as Fez. Fez. But he sent me something cool. It seems kind of heavy. I have a little bit of a notion. Also, this will be the first time I get to use my beautiful Spider-Gwen fucking blade to open some shit.
Sexy.
Thank you, James. Wow, this thing cuts fucking good, too.
Told you he goes above and beyond on sharpening with his
I was gonna
fancy
say.
water stones and fancy
Yes.
honing things.
So he has like a whole thing to like sharpen his blades and everything, like a whole setup.
Let's just say if like the end of the world was happening more realistically than 2020, it's very close. He'd be the guy you want on your team. He knows how to do all the things, the bullet reloads and fucking whole nine.
Well, I know exactly where I'm going if the world starts to end.
He'll probably just kill us both though.
Ooh, this is dope.
Oh wow, look at that thing.
This is the Devil's Hot Sauce for the Devil Within, and it's in a cool ass like cool. Devil face jar.
I dig it.
Ooh, this is going to be exciting. Hell yes. Thank you so much, Ruben. This is dope, dude. I'm very excited to try this. Ooh, spooky. Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Sweet.
All right, so we're doing 1-1, you said, right?
Yes. Oh, look at that. It is My Life as Fez. Send me a sticker, too.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Cool dude,
Thank you.
Dude.
Yeah. Ruben's awesome, man.
He is. So I'm going to start off small and then go medium and then go large. So basically I'm going to do all three steps where my wife skipped step 2 and 3 and stayed with
me. All right. It's on the way down. Yeah. Starts large, goes small.
I'm Benjamin Button, all right?
My dick is Benjamin Button. I got Benjamin Button dick.
Got a lot of penis talk this fucking today.
There's a lot of penis talk every day.
That's true. Honestly, I know I ordered something, but it's typical me fashion. I really don't fucking remember what I order. And
Every
I
day
have
is a
so
mystery.
many pending orders. So I have no idea. And I say pending orders because like I've been waiting like now going on a month and a half for a excuse me, a fucking print order I made from Imprint, and I don't know what's taking so long.
Really?
Yeah, and I emailed them and I was like, is it normal? Like I asked a bunch of questions, very cordial, very nice, very professional in my emails. I'm like, oh, is it normal that it should be taking this long? All they wrote back was yes.
Like there
Yes.
wasn't an explanation. It was just like a yes.
Yes.
Signed
Right.
Jerry.
Well, this isn't a
Perfect.
print, this is a book. Oh, yes. Okay. I remember seeing this a couple people posted this and uh Inked Jedi posted it too, and I just thought it was really fucking cool. So I picked it up for
Oh, the
literally
press
cheap.
book.
Yeah.
Nice.
For the cheapity cheap.
Stanley Doom.
So yep, there's that.
That's fucking cool, man. Is
Yeah.
that is that like a key or something, or
I don't
is it just like a cool cover that has Stan Lee dressed up as Doctor Doom?
I think it's just a cool cover. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I really didn't even fucking know anything about this book. I just saw that Juan had it and somebody else had it too, and I thought it was just really cool. And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. Dude, it was so cheap, man. Like I found it for like $3. So
Wow.
I mean, it's a little beat, but I don't give a shit. I just thought it was cool. It wasn't completely fucked. So
I don't know. My philosophy on books is different than most people. If that shit presents well, then
oh
it's
yeah,
good.
100%. I concur wholeheartedly.
Yep.
Wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah. So I'm next.
Yes.
All right. This I actually got from another East Chapter brother, Mr. Brother Isaac, from his selling page. His Death Dealer Comics, I believe, is the page he sells from. And he's got a lot of cool shit up there, and he does really good on pricing and everything like that. So I am excited to see what all is in here. Oh, shit. Gotta get the lines right, kids. Damn, dude, I can't get over how good this thing cuts.
I got an Amanda.
Oh, do you have an Amanda? Yes. Fantastic. Alrighty, this thing has got lots of papers in it. Lots of papers. Ooh, it's rolled very nicely.
Oh, you got some of his figs. Nice.
I did. I ended up with a fig that I was talking to him about for a minute now. So, beautiful. Beautiful. I ended up getting the Wounded Hellboy.
Oh, you got it. Nice, man.
Yes. From, I believe it's Golden Army, the Mezco
Nice, man.
to add. So thank you so much, Isaac. This is awesome, dude. Like, I am pumped. I'm telling you, dude, Mezco does really, really good with their figures. I'm very excited to finally have another Hellboy figure that did not cost me an arm and a leg, and I will further that hopefully in the coming years that it's going to cost me a shit ton of money to get them all.
Well, you know what? Slow and steady, my friend. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
Or whatever track term, I don't know, because I never really did tracks and fat. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. I'm fucking thinking way too hard about. Is it a sprint? Yeah, sprint. Yeah, I know that, but is that what it's called? Oh, no, it's a marathon, not a 100-meter dash.
Okay. I think there's a bunch of different ones. I think marathon and sprint. I think race and sprint. There's lots.
No, it's really a penis, not a clit. I promise. Yeah.
I think some people have heard on prom night.
Oh yeah.
That might be a story for another episode.
Oh, my prom night was a fucking disaster, man.
I never went to prom, so
I shouldn't have went to prom. It was a fucking disaster.
I was never that. What do we got here?
Oh, this is from Lucy Mama Comic. So
okay.
Like I said, it's part of some of the items I purchased from her. and some of the because she has a Mercari page and she
Oh,
sells
okay.
stuff on eBay and stuff. Awesome. So I buy from her. I buy from her all the time, and she's
Nice.
great pricing and whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
some stuff I won. So she has little like that's really cute. I'm gonna shout that out. It says
Oh, she got a sticker too.
Mama Comic approved.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I what I remember. I think this is one of the ones I won. Show's End one.
Ooh, I've actually heard really, really good things about that.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, this is these are the ones I won from her raffle that she did. Like people donated books, and you donate money to She Spawn because she had a big issue with the storm and she lost a lot of stuff in her house.
Okay.
So is this one?
That's nice.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, this is a Saga 54. This is I actually really love this this cover. It's super simple, super plain. I got a weird thing for feathers, man. So that works out.
That's nice though. I like the red cover, like the all red.
This is the Red Hood Outlaw 29 variant with Kate Kane on it.
Ah, okay. That's fucking cool, man. You got a bunch of cool ass fucking variants.
Oh, and here, this I also won. It's beat up, but I don't care because this is the funniest thing ever. This is one of those comics that almost every fucking collector has, and I never had it. Never. And that's New Mutants 1. Never. The first time.
I don't have that book.
First time I ever fucking owned this book. And I've wanted it, and now I have it now, so thank you.
Well, that's fucking cool, man.
Now I'm assuming these are the ones that I bought because I was missing. I basically sent her a list of shit that I was missing. I had holes in my runs because I don't know how that happens, but yeah. Oh yeah, like this one. This one's Power of X issue 1. The variant.
Okay. Is that like a Lady Colossus?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Powers of X issue 2.
Magneto.
Dude, here's the thing: is I know I bought these. I just
somewhere.
So instead of just whatever, I just fucking Powers of X issue number 4.
Nice road cover.
Justice League Dark 15. This is the variant of what I call Pogo. I don't know if you watch Umbrella Academy. This is the Pogo. I call this the Pogo variant.
Oh, Pogo variant. Detective Chip, baby.
Yep. Symbiote Spider-Man number 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was missing this one.
Ooh, that's fucking cool.
Dude, fact is she like hooked me up with all this for honestly like
probably less than
half cover. Half cover.
Yeah.
Like pretty much half cover. This is Powers of X number 1. I guess. Oh, she must have just thrown in the variant. That's really cool. Fuck yeah, Scotty Young variant for that one.
Ooh, nice.
I think she just threw this one in.
She must have, because I mean, she probably knows you're a big Scotty Young fan.
So. Yes, she does. Mama Comic is one of my favorite humans. Lucy, thank you very mucho.
Very awesome, man. Very, very awesome.
Gotta
close this blade before I fucking sit on this thing.
Ooh, that'd be an
yeah.
In a weird way, that I just don't want to find out if that's a new fetish of mine. So,
ooh, give myself a second asshole real quick.
Unless you have a really girthy, wide penis hole, you shouldn't have a second asshole.
Agreed.
You don't have.
I don't have a third. I only had 2, so you go ahead and rock that third.
All right, so I obviously not super awesome and hip like most of the Comic Book Fiend Club members that buy fucking Sideshow statues like it's easy peasy pumpkin squeezy lemon peasy whatever the saying is. So I get like the smaller stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have the bigger stuff, but unfortunately I have a lot of things that I'm into, so like I'll put that much money towards something else sometimes. But that doesn't mean that I can't have a little bit of fun.
That's right.
I saw this. And I needed to have this. I ordered this shit, dude, so fucking long ago. And I completely forgot about it until it showed up as a charge on my credit card, because
Oh
that's what
shit!
they do is basically like they don't charge you until it ships or it's about to
Chips.
ship or whatever. And what really the one thing I'm going to say that I don't like about Sideshow is their shipping costs, because realistically, I've
Mhm.
had shit shipped to me even better. And they do a very good job at all their ship. I have a few things from them, a couple things, and
Right.
excuse me, it's always amazingly shipped and
Yeah.
packaged really well.
Mhm.
But like, it was way cheaper shipping than this. I don't understand their justification for having things so like this, for example. Like this was shipped. It's in a box within a box,
Of course.
and this is the only thing on top, and it's in a regular box. Why was shipping like $30?
Is it because they ship from out of the country?
I don't know, man. But either way, like
God damn, that's
um
a lot of paper.
to save time, because also I almost kind of wanted to do a separate unboxing
Right.
for this, maybe for the club page. I'm not entirely sure, but I had to get the Venom scoops.
That is dope, though.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
and it's really cool. So like this box is cool. It has pretends like it's like ice cream, and it has
The
the
nutrition factor.
nutrition brand, Marvel type designer toy, blah 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 blah.
Hell
And this is how it works. So basically, is you can have his hand holding said ice cream scoop, but you
right.
can also remove the ice cream cone from the hand.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm not gonna open it up and do everything right now. I might do that separate. I'm not, or
Yeah, that'd
just
be
do
cool.
it at all.
Yeah, that'd be
Not
cool.
entirely sure. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
that. I love Sideshow. I wish I could buy more stuff, but unfortunately, also I have a really weird way of spending money on like fantasy dildos. So I mean, so some people are
That's
just
insane.
some people are into statues. Some people are into
Fake
you
dicks.
know, wraith dicks, and
Oh, I mean, fuck.
yeah.
Everybody's got their quirk, man. That's for sure. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I've never really been a big statue guy. Like, I have a few, but like, I've never really been a statue or a figure guy. It's just not my thing. I've never really had the money, so I've always stuck with books, and books is just the thing that's always kind of been my way, and little figures and stuff here and there.
I mean, yeah, I'm the same. My only regret, okay, is not hopping on that Kirby Thor statue. The Avengers it's Avengers Assemble Sideshow. It's
Yep.
based off the Kirby Thor. I really regret not jumping on that, even though it was like 650 plus the shipping would have come out to probably close to like $800. But
And I'm sure the resale on
oh
that
no, the resale is insane,
yeah,
insane.
I'm sure the resale is
And
either.
that's what I will say is that even used out of box, you're always going to get your money back if you resell that statue.
Oh,
Those statues, so
absolutely. Yeah.
it
Mhm.
retains its value. But whatever, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, today is basically a hodgepodge of fuckery on Two
always.
Guys One Moot, man, because we've both been pretty busy this week, and as for topics, we kind of reached and
Yeah. Well, you
missed
know
the
what?
so we
Suck
got a
it.
bucket.
I'm gonna hit you with one right now.
Ooh,
Let's see. No prep. No prep.
no prep. Here we go.
Who played Spider-Man / Peter Parker the best?
Ooh,
Wait. What about Batman? Wait. Bonus. Terrible casting choices.
ooh, hell yes. Okay. My favorite. I'm gonna catch a lot of grief on this, but I don't give a fuck. I really liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man Peter Parker. I really liked him. I thought he wasn't Tobey Maguire weird as Peter Parker or Spider-Man. He wasn't like I don't know. I just really liked Andrew Garfield. I think what's the new kid's name?
Holland.
Tom Holland. I think he does a good job too. But I really liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Yeah, he for me, like Tom Holland for me is my choice, but because
Yeah.
he mostly, I guess, resembles the age group. Because now I laughed in the theaters when that scene where like he stops the train and he's
Oh,
and his
Tobey
fucking
Maguire.
mask.
Yeah.
No, Tobey Maguire, yeah.
Yeah.
And his fucking face mask comes off, whatever, and he's in there, and the guy's like, they're all like, oh, he's just a kid. I'm like, he's like 30.
I'd be like if they demasked Chris O'Donnell Robin. Like, holy shit, he's a 45-year-old man.
Yeah. I don't know. That being said, the funniest thing is I actually thought I actually really liked the Tobey Maguire fucking Spider-Man costume. It just I don't know if it's because it was the first time I really saw it on screen, like to that caliber. I don't know if it even aged well because I haven't seen that movie probably since like 2006 or 2007. So I don't know if it aged well, but like I remember really being impressed. I really loved the costume of it.
I
But
can say that Tobey Maguire still is in my favorite Spider-Man film, and that was
Spider-Man 3.
hmm, I did like the dance scene.
Oh,
No,
God.
Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock. I
Yeah.
thought that is definitely still my favorite of all the Spider-Man films, including the new ones with Holland, because
Yeah.
I have not been a fan of either of those. So
I liked the first one. I like Tom Holland. The only thing I don't like is they just keep hammering the daddy Stark.
yes, that's
Like
absolutely why I hated both films.
this character is supposed to be driven by the whole Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility. It's you're responsible now with these powers to protect those who can't protect themselves, but do
Right.
it responsibly. And instead it's just like,
Papa
well, what should I do, Tony?
What
What
should
should
I
I
do,
do,
Papa
Tony?
Stark?
It's like, and they kind of, I feel, you know what I feel like, I remember saying, like, I was like, I feel like they kind of nerfed Spider-Man for those movies, you know? Like, I get it, he's young, he's still learning, like, his powers and all that shit, but, like,
Yeah,
I felt like he's, people fucking forget that, like, Peter Parker is supposed to be a really smart dude,
agreed.
and he
But
should be able to figure some things out on his own.
I feel that that is the entire premise of the MCU, though. I feel like a lot of characters got nerfed
Nerfed.
via Tony Stark because I feel like the entire MCU was built around Iron Man when it absolutely shouldn't have been. But that's the way they went with it. And I feel like a lot of characters suffered because of it.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel that way. I've always felt that way. Like, I don't hate Marvel movies or anything, but I can't. A lot of things I have a hard time getting over because I'm like, Jesus, dude, like you're shoehorning the fact that Iron Man is this big part of this. And fuck it, he's not. He's really not.
Yeah. What? See, I think they also missed. Did you ever read Civil War?
No, that's on my list. The original Civil War is to read. It's on my to read
Because
list.
I really was hoping that they would dive more, like, because obviously they're pushing the relationship now between Peter Parker slash Spider-Man and Iron Man, Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Even though we all know that Tony's spoiler alert, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you know, he's dead. He's dead now in the MCU, and he's not coming back.
Right.
Robert Downey Jr. said he's not coming back. He's not gonna whatever. And I'm just afraid that they're going to fucking harp on the very depressed Peter Parker now. That he's lost and he lost his way and he's whatever. Like, fine.
I mean, they kind of leaned really heavily on that in Far From Home.
Yeah, like I think they're just gonna fucking keep drilling it in more and more and more, and that's gonna annoy the shit out of me because that kid should be more affected, like he is in the fucking books and shit, by the death of his true father figure, which was Uncle Ben.
Ben. But yeah, and that really bothered me too, because I was just like, and I think that's why I will always like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man too, because they laid very, very heavily on the Uncle Ben stuff.
And they even went and made it like it's his fault.
Yeah,
He held the door.
Yeah. And like, I just feel like with the newer movies, they centerpieced Iron Man so much that it takes away from other characters and shit like that. They're like, oh, we don't need to tell an origin story, and that's fine. I don't need the origin story. But the fact that in the new movies, Uncle Ben is literally non-existent.
Yeah.
Like his teachings of everything are fucking non-existent, dude. It's all solely based around Iron Man, and I think that's fucking really stupid. But
So yeah,
that's
but and these 2 points I'm going to make on this. So what I was getting at with the Civil War, I'm not going to give it away from you. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the film.
yeah.
You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm going to say is just when you read it,
Mm-hmm.
watch the different dynamic of Tony Stark with Spider-Man. I don't know if any other reader got this. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but what I'm
Okay.
going to say is the vibe that I got was that Spider-Man was grossly manipulated
Oh, okay.
by Iron Man,
Could
by
be.
Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
And let me know your thoughts when you read it if you got that vibe too. That was the immediate vibe I got. I'm like, this motherfucker, like he's playing on the he's playing that whole oh, you don't have that powerful male figure, so listen to me, kid, and you're gonna gotta do this and you're gonna say this. So you'll see. And
Okay.
then the second part is I can't believe I'm gonna fucking say this, but like I feel that I actually like moments in movies where it has that heartfelt like homage to your family or your father figure,
Yeah.
or your mother
No,
figure. So
absolutely.
that's why I always loved. I thought they did a very good balance in the books and everything between uh, Superman, who I actually not a huge fan of, but
Mm-hmm.
I always like that they incorporate the importance of both his his parents. Well, I
Yes.
mean, I'm
No,
talking about his
absolutely.
Earth parents,
Mm-hmm.
and I always
Yeah,
thought that was
Jonathan
cool.
and
Just
Martha,
yeah,
absolutely. And I thought they like. I mean, obviously everybody shit on it in Batman v Superman, which leads me into my next favorite on-screen Batman, who is Batfleck at this point, because I have yet
agreed.
to see more than 3 minutes of Pattinson. But even in that 3 minutes, but anyhow, that's why it always made me laugh when everybody kind of laughed at that moment of the whole Martha scene in Batman v Superman, because like, yes, it's funny and yes, it's kind of fucking silly, but like the way that I saw it was that was the first time that Batman actually saw Superman not as an alien. He was like, what the fuck? Who is this person?
Yeah.
And Lois is like, obviously spoilers because fuck you. Uh, Lois was like, that's his mother.
Yeah.
That's when it kind of fucked everything up for Batman, where he was just like, whoa, 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 wait, what? This cat has a mom?
See,
Like,
oh God, and that's why I was so, I was legitimately pissed off, not just from being I'm gonna kick it now to Thor real quick,
okay,
in Endgame, like,
okay,
fine, you want to do the whole motherfucking fat Thor, like you really missed it, man, you missed it. Everybody knows that Thor's, well, anybody that knows anything about Thor really, his biggest weakness is his obsession, that hero complex, that obsession and his
yeah,
love for humans
yes,
and for their well-being and all that shit. So the writers do a phenomenal job. Like if you read Unworthy Thor, also of course God of Thunder, and just Thor, period,
very much.
and then Darkness, you're gonna get that vibe every single time. That dude, he can be flawed. He can feel depression. He can feel
Right. Hmm.
sorrow, and they just turned it into a big fat joke
I can see
in,
that.
in the movie.
I can
So
see
it's
what.
like there's so many ways that they could have done it without this constantly going to his beer gut and he's fat, he's fat, he's fat. And I thought, dude, finally when it showed, did you see the movie? You saw Endgame, right? If I'm,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've
yeah.
seen him.
And oh, spoiler alert, whatever. Okay, so there's this scene, dude, that I literally had the tears welling up in my eyes, and then just like my
That
wife, it
big
went
joke.
dry real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, when I come home. Um, they turned it. There's a scene where he goes back in time because that's like the fucking thing that all comic movies do. Oh, we have a problem. Let's just go back in time. Back to the Future, fucking ripple effect. So he sees his mother, and he knows that obviously that his mother is dead.
Yeah, of course.
So now he's seeing her for the first time since her death, and he's like doing that. It's just such a sweet moment between.
Yeah, no, that was a
and
beautiful.
It was so heartfelt and so amazing.
Yeah.
And I was about to fucking cry like a bitch. And then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh, and Thor, eat a salad."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, there it goes."
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta have the humor, or nobody.
You can have the fucking humor, but you know what? This is the thing. It goes back to ancient Greece. Do you know the fucking symbol? The symbol for theater, right? It's the sad face mask and the laughing face mask, and they coexist.
Like, tragedy and
yes, comedy and tragedy.
Comedy and tragedy. That's what it is.
Now, the reason why that those two are combined is because they always stated, even in ancient Greece, that the best comedians can also play the best tragic roles, and vice versa, because you can have comedy within tragedy and tragedy within comedy. Case in point, the best person I think that made that connection between the two was Robin Williams.
Okay, I was actually going to say Robin Williams. Absolutely.
Like, that dude could fucking make you laugh on one movie and then be completely blown away in the next one. I'm not just talking about Good Will Hunting, like Jacob the Liar. So many movies he did with serious roles that were just unbelievable.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes, that's a combination between the two.
Absolutely. It's about a dude that's losing his family, so he comes up with a harebrained idea. But, like, watching that movie as a kid, I think you focus so much on the hilarity of the character, you know, the dude dressing up as a woman and being goofy and shit. But, like, watch it again as you're older, and you're like, oh, wow. Shit, like, this is deep. Like, deep. So, yeah, man.
So that's what I was talking about, the ancient Greek philosophy, man, that you can combine the two, and that basically the best comedians can also be the best tragedy and all in between. And they failed on that for me, because they could have just left it alone and then literally went to a different scene and then had somebody just fucking punch Thor in the mouth and be like, "Hey, fat boy, eat a salad." And then everyone, ha 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 ha, because, you know, fat shaming's hilarious and everyone loves that shit. But, like, do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying now to fucking bring it full circle. That's where I feel that the Holland movies failed, because there's not. It turned into, where the fuck's Uncle Ben? Now you're all about Daddy Stark, and now Aunt May is hot,
right?
But, like,
because Tony Stark's trying to get with Aunt May. Well,
his yeah.
But
what's his name? I forgot. Grimace. I don't know.
Grimace. Oh, John Barbara. No, not the butler. My bad. The driver.
The driver. Yeah.
What the fuck was his name in those movies?
Dude, I forgot now. That always happens to me, but that's just the mark and this is not going to lead into, like, what you said, the Batman. I agree with you. Batfleck for me for now. I know it's going to be replaced. I'm just calling it now. It's going to be replaced.
But I do pose a question to you, and maybe you could give me a little bit of, like, insight on this, because I am, you know, more of a DC than a Marvel guy. Okay. Oh, so we made all this big stink about the Martha scene in Batman v Superman. But in Winter Soldier, which happens to be my favorite MCU movie.
My second, yeah.
There is a moment that mirrors that. Why was that received so differently? Because when they're, spoilers, fuck faces, when Cap and Bucky are fighting, and they're I think it's Bucky is, like, about to fall, Cap grabs his hand, and he hits him with the "till the end" line, and that's what snaps Bucky.
Snaps him back.
He's like, "Oh my god." You know, like, why was that received in such a powerful way, yet we made tons of jokes about the Martha thing? Like, I really, like, and that's not me being a hater. That's me just, like, physically as a moviegoer, as a cinema fan, trying to figure out why these two dudes do it, and then these two dudes do it, but this is hilarious and stupid and campy and funny, but this is impactful and serious.
You're talking about the Bucky Cap scene as being impactful and serious.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Okay.
Of course. Nobody said that shit
About the
Bucky Cap shit. Yeah.
So my philosophy is this, and I'm going to say it completely honest, because there's this big movement, and there's been a big movement for a while that before the fucking movie can even get released from DC, they're going to get shit on. Because if you don't do Marvel and you ain't Marvel, you ain't shit.
Okay.
Because we got some movies from DC that were hot garbage.
Of course.
To some. But people, it's about your attitude, I think, walking into the theater. There's people out there that write early reviews on movies just based on the fucking trailer that they watch.
That's true, too. Absolutely.
Now, you can have an opinion on a movie going into something based on the trailer. For example, case in point, Aquaman for me. I knew that I said I'm probably going to enjoy it because they threw a ton of money at this. I'm sure the CGI is going to be great. It's going to be this.
Yeah.
But I had a bad attitude because I'm like, do I like Jason Momoa? Yes, I do. My left and my right hand like Jason Momoa. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Do I like him as Aquaman? No, I do not. And that's why I'm going to add him to one of the terrible casting choices.
That's fine.
But it's all about the attitude, man. I think when you go into something, oh, this is going to fucking suck. This is going to be garbage. And then they play out a scene that's supposed to be heartfelt or whatever. You're just like, that was fucking stupid. Okay. I think it all has to do with the attitude. Just like there's some people out there that can't admit that there's some Marvel movies that are complete trash. And I didn't. And I'm sorry that some entertaining points of it, but like they're afraid too. Like look at me, I get shit on because I know I'm really upset with the casting choice for Jane Foster. I'm not a big fan of Jane Foster. We all know this. Right. But like, dude, I said not just me, anybody says one wrong thing about Captain Marvel. Oh, you're a misogynistic, sexist piece of shit. Or how about I just didn't enjoy the movie?
It wasn't very good.
No, the best thing was the Flurkin, man, the cat.
Yep.
So, and the only thing I did like, not the only thing, I did like some elements of that movie, but what I liked is that brought a lot of new blood into the nerddom.
Yeah.
In the MCU. Like, I think that's fucking awesome. I'll tell you, this is what really irritates me. This is going to go back to what we were just talking about the attitude. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it's so amazing. We finally have a strong female role. We finally have a strong female character to look up to. My daughter has somebody to look up to. My daughter this, my daughter that. And I'm just looking and I'm like, knock, knock. Who's there? It's fucking Wonder Woman.
Yeah. But that was received. Wonder Woman was received quite well. That was probably the first DCEU. There we go. DCEU. The first DCEU movie since the Nolan Batmans that was very well received.
No, I get that, but my point I'm trying to make is this: is because Captain Marvel, Marvel, automatically it can't do no wrong, and it's going to be the best thing ever, and we're going to completely disregard in my opinion, the best female superhero of all time.
Agreed. I mean,
like that's in the fucking back burner now. Like everyone remembers seeing all the Halloween costumes, the little Wonder Woman's running around, all the cosplays. It was great. It was fantastic. The second Brie Larson came out with the Captain Marvel casting and everything, oh, game over, man. Everyone shifted their attitude. Oh, Marvel. And this is coming from a predominantly Marvel fan.
Oh, absolutely.
I hate how they have that monopoly on people's excitement.
Oh, no, but I mean, they really did kind of corner the market on it first. Because
of us fans, because we are notorious for being the biggest fucking whining bitches. I'm sorry, I'm a Marvel guy, but a lot of the Marvel people are very fucking whiny and complaining. And they will just because they're so dead to rights, obsessed with Marvel, they're going to just shit on anything DC puts out.
That's true.
Without even reading it, without even watching it. That's just how they are, man. And I know that, and I will say this, that the DC Mafia is pretty cutthroat too when it comes to shit.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's not the
Yeah.
same. I have never met personally a pure DC guy. They'll tease, they'll make jokes, they'll do like okay, like Alex Burnt. Okay, he'll make jokes, he'll tease. But if he sees a good Marvel movie or he enjoys a good Marvel movie, they'll admit it. And I know personally, and you know who the fuck you are. An amazing DC movie or a very enjoyable DC movie is going to come out, and they're like pure Marvel fanboy or girl, and it's just going to be, that was trash. That was trash. You're going to tell me fucking Wonder Woman was trash, man?
Case in point, I will give you Wonder Woman, but I will also raise you Shazam. Because Shazam, I don't know if you've seen it.
I have. I took one issue with Shazam.
Shazam could have been a Marvel movie.
Could have.
It absolutely could have been a Marvel movie. It had the humor. It had its dark spots, but primarily Zachary Levi and the whole cast primarily kept the whole movie upbeat with jokes here and there and everything like that. It was completely opposite of Zack Snyder's, super dark DC. But there were still lots of people that had problems with it. And I'm just like, okay, look. Was it the best film? No. There were some things they could have done better. There were some things that could have happened. Whatever. End of the day, though, super lighthearted movie, super exciting, super fun. The action was great. The bringing in of the family I thought was a little early, but, whatever. It is what it is.
No,
it was a great fucking film. But there are a lot of people that were like, "Ooh, it's just too kiddie bullshit." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Hold on, you've been getting force-fed kiddie bullshit because we've all seen goddamn Guardians of the Galaxy, and not one person in the world can tell me that's not kiddie bullshit."
Thank you for saying that because I'm a Marvel guy predominantly. I'm both, but I'm a Marvel guy. But it's funny because majority of my complaints always take place with Marvel. Like, look at it this way: we talk about splitting hairs. And people need to like when we mentioned, was it last pod or maybe the pod before, talking about how people split hairs, like when they watch the Battinson trailer. His hair. It's like, oh my god, you got to nitpick splitting hair.
Yes.
My splitting hair nitpicking thing for the Shazam movie, for example, was like I just felt the chemistry was a little off between Zach and the kid. It was a little off, like. Their personalities didn't entirely match. Like,
you mean the
Shazam and the kid?
The what the fuck was his name? The brother, right? Or are you talking about the actual kid Shazam?
The actual kid? No, like the kid that turns into Shazam.
Yeah, little Billy Batson.
Yeah, little Billy. Little Billy and big Shazam Billy.
That I absolutely agree with, though.
You don't?
No, I absolutely do.
Yeah, their chemistry was off.
Yeah.
Like, little Billy was a little more of a sarcastic prick.
Right.
And a little darker. And then just magically he turns bubbly. Like, I felt that there could have been a little... But see, that's splitting hairs.
Well, of course.
But talk about, like, terrible casting. Now, because this was my stupid idea. When I say terrible casting...
Okay.
I'm not just talking about...
Yeah, let's move into terrible casting.
This can go another way, though, because I don't just necessarily mean terrible casting. I mean terribly written... on the cast. Like, okay, think what you want. My number one complaint, and you said Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, you want to make it funny, you want to make, okay, whatever. I've read a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel that old Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't what we got in the movies. However, new Guardians of the Galaxy is being written based off of, like, the movies. Like, so it's, all right, fine. Dude, the worst misrepresentation that just bothers me the most about those movies, and that spills over into Infinity Gauntlet and Endgame, is how fucking weak sauce they made Drax.
Okay. Because I actually had a question about this, because as we know, if you watch this, I am not a big Marvel guy. I've recently started to read a lot more Marvel than I ever have in my life. And just recently on the Hot Sauce channel, I read Silver Surfer, Rebirth of Thanos. And Drax is in those stories. Drax shows up. Drax is a badass.
Yes.
Like, yes. He has a one-track mind, period.
Revenge.
Yes. they did a campy thing with him in this book where, like, Silver Surfer, was it him? Yeah, I believe it was Drax.
Yeah,
Silver
silver
Surfer,
vagina.
like, he he puts him in front of a TV and just kind of leaves him there. So they did kind of like a little campy thing in the book there, but like in the movies, he just seems like a fucking clown.
Yeah, dude, there's another podcast that I used to listen to. I don't have time to listen to. I'm gonna get back on. It's fucking amazing. The Comics Conspiracy. I love those
Okay.
guys. And I
Okay.
remember the guy that runs the podcast. He owns a comic book store out of California, and I believe that comic store is also called the Comic Conspiracy. And they talk a
Nice.
lot about movies. They have a round robin discussion. There's like usually like 3 to 5 guys on it.
Okay.
And I remember them talking about it, and I was like, yes, and like, yes,
Mhm.
yes. Why? Like, why did they do that? I think a decent balance that Marvel did between the funny and the seriousness of it all was with Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
Yes.
Um, besides that one scene that we just talked about, I thought perfect. I think probably the most perfect casting I've ever seen in any comic book movie is Hiddleston as Loki.
Okay.
I think that was fucking. Woof, that guy balances it so well.
He does do a pretty good job.
And
He
then we
is.
got Batista as Drax. I'm like, okay, I can see the
Oh, he's big.
all
You know.
right.
Yeah.
But then I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did. So it's just so fucking stupid. Some of it, okay. What is Gamora? Like
Right.
I feel like that was honestly an homage to Silver Vagina, because in
Oh,
all his shit, he's like, "Who am I? What am I? What is Silver Surfer?" Like,
why can everybody take my super blast?
and I feel they really missed it. So it's funny because the gentleman that runs this podcast and owns this store,
Mhm.
his wife for his birthday or their anniversary, she does video editing, and she ended up editing out all of the Drax scenes and stupid, silly scenes from either Endgame, I think it was Endgame, or
Okay.
one of the movies, and presented it to him, and that cut out like a lot of film.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Now this movie's great." But if you at home, anyone listening, if you just go on Google, it doesn't matter. Go on
right.
Google fucking images if you don't want to go out and buy a older Guardians of the Galaxy or Drax comic, and just type
Right.
in uh, Drax comic book panels
Right.
and take a couple and
Yeah.
compare with older ones. I'm talking about like the probably early 2000s and before.
Okay.
Drax panels. You're gonna read that and you're just gonna be
Why is he such a fucking idiot?
like in the movies, why is he so
Yeah.
what? Because
Yeah.
dude, this guy's like Riddick. He's
Right.
very similar to Riddick. Very serious, very a skilled assassin, amazing at fucking kicking ass, super strong. Like they just kind of like
No, but I think okay. And this is kind of where I go with all superhero cinema. I think it's really one of those things where th're trying to sell it to a different audience,
yep.
first and foremost. So they look at, plus you put James Gunn behind the helm, and James Gunn's a pretty funny dude. He
Sometimes.
also does, he does horror pretty well. But like, I mean, he does funny stuff as well. And I really think putting him behind the helm and then writing these characters in a way that more people could relate to. Because I mean, let's be realistic. Like the way that Gamora acted in the first movie is probably kind of how Drax should have been acting. You know what I mean? Like where she was solely on one thing and one thing only and didn't give a shit what got in her way and everything like that. And I really felt like that kind of was Drax. Only they shifted it from him to her. And maybe, like I said, I never read much Guardians, anything like that. It's just not something that interests me all that much. But like maybe Gamora was the same way. But it's like, why allow her to be that serious and then take this guy that's supposed to be serious and just fucking clown his ass up?
Because that's what you hit it, man. You said that's appeasing to a different type of audience. Because let's be realistic, there's people out there that want to go see a Marvel film, not just because like what's playing in the theaters? Oh, Marvel film, cool. All right, well, yeah, let's go watch a comedy today.
Right.
Because you're
But
always gonna laugh with those movies, but
but that also brings me to the way that certain things are accepted as a way that certain things are rejected. Because you have Drax, who, as you stated before, is supposed to be a very serious character, pretty run of the mill, revenge, revenge, revenge. And they clowned him up and everybody loved it. Shift it back to DC. You had a very Riddler Scarecrow esque Lex Luthor who, casting aside, maybe Eisenberg was not the best choice because he was super tiny and whatever else. But as I stated the other day, and I caught a bunch of shit for it.
from who?
From Sam. Sam fucking shit all over me for this. But I said, the more that I watch BVS, the less I am bothered by Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. But the thing with me is why, when you changed Luthor so hard, is it so railed against, but you changed Drax just as much, and that's totally fine. Is it because Luthor is a more predominant character?
It could
Or
be.
is it
It's, dude. Everyone always needs to find shit wrong with things they don't like. I'm
okay?
telling you, it's the Marvel fanboys.
But like that, like, and I'll take the fanboy side of it out, dude. Because I am more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy, but I have enjoyed a lot more Marvel cinema than I have DC cinema. That's fine. That's okay with me. Like, it doesn't fucking burn my ass. But like, I can't, for the life of me, wrap my brain around how we as people and fans of a certain genre of film are so anti this and so okay
because
this.
it's the predetermined attitude you have going in. Because like, okay, we were talking about poorly cast, dude. Eisenberg to me is one of my poorly cast. I can't get past that. I knew it going in, and I knew that I was going to have a bad
Right.
attitude about it. And guess what?
Right.
It stuck. It stuck. I don't like the guy. I don't like his acting. I never liked anything about
Right.
him. I don't find him funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I already had it in my head. Case in point, it's like in Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
The God, I can't believe I just the white
Ellen
violin.
Page. Ellen Page.
The chick that plays the white. Um, dude, why do I always do this?
The actress, I believe, is Ellen Page that
The
plays that character.
the fucking super strong OP. It's a white violin, I believe, right?
I think so. I haven't finished Umbrella Academy.
I forgot because I'm a dickhead as always. But like, dude,
Sorry,
every
I'm
time she's on screen, and this has nothing to do with her being a woman or whatever politics. Nah. Y'all don't know what the fuck I feel about politics, and you're never gonna know. So it has nothing to do with that. Okay, full disclaimer. It's
Oh
just she just irks me, man. I did, and every time
no,
she's on screen, I'm just like,
and I think that's how I got over my Eisenberg problem. Is because I didn't like the casting either. I still am not a huge fan of the casting. I'm saying, and all I'm saying is, when I first watched the movie, I was like, wow, that's a really weird fucking choice. Why the fuck is he acting so weirdly? Like, he's acting like a Riddler-esque scarecrow type, smarmy. But after watching the movie as many times as I've seen it, and I just recently watched it again, it all makes sense when you listen to what he's saying.
yeah,
Because he is making complete fucking sense. It's just the delivery's a little weird, and he's just a weird fucking guy, and his face is hard to look at. But like, that's what I'm saying, is it makes sense. The plan is a Luthor-esque plan. It makes sense to me. But as for terrible casting, I also think that what's his name? I am not a huge fan of Mark Ruffalo as the Incredible Hulk.
Me neither.
I really liked Eddie Norton. I did. Obviously, they
Too
had
bad he's an asshole, so it's
right. They obviously had
impossible to work with.
behind the scenes issues,
Yeah,
but like
I don't like him
I
either.
just I have a hard time, and that also leads me into a character thing. And I thought what they did with him in Infinity War and Endgame was really weird too.
Oh God, the Professor Hulk.
Well, I not the Professor Hulk so much, but like I said, I can't really speak on it too much because I don't really read a lot. Maybe in Infinity Gauntlet in those storylines, Thanos totally did bitch out Hulk, and maybe Hulk was just like, "Ooh, I'm scared," but like that just seems so out of character for me. Like
Because it fucking it contradicts itself. How can you control it? Because I'm always angry.
angry,
To oh hey yeah well sell
yeah. It was weird though, right? Like, so
yeah I
I'm
don't
not
like Ruffalo.
not very odd in thinking that that was just a very weird choice
No.
to go with that character, and it almost felt. And that's another thing I think Marvel movies did with their superhero, like their team up movies, their Avengers type movies, is, and this bleeds into the Tony Stark thing. I really feel that they nerfed every other character to make Tony seem so much more above every other character. Where they were like, okay, we're going to bitch out Hulk because he got slapped. So he's going to become this weird amalgam of totally awesome Hulk and whatever else. So we can put Tony at the head of the spear, you know?
Always.
So I always felt like they did that they did that with, the only person I don't think they did that very much with was Cap. But I think that's because of the Civil War thing where it
Yeah.
became those two on two different sides of the coin. And like I said,
This
maybe it'll make more sense to me as I read Civil War or, go back and read Infinity Gauntlet and stuff like that. But like, it just
oh
seems
yeah
so a character to bitch Hulk that hard, where he couldn't even transform because he was scared.
I know I don't know what it is. So yes, I agree with you. Terrible casting. I know we're running out of time, but like down the
Oh,
line, real quick for me,
yeah.
fucking in one banger, terrible casting. Jim Carrey as Riddler.
Agreed.
Tommy Lee Jones as Two Face.
Agreed.
Although it's nostalgic and I love this guy Schwarzenegger as Freeze, not so
Terrible.
much for me. Terrible. Um,
I'm going to throw in Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
I was just yeah, so I was thinking of her name. Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. Okay, terrible. Fucking Chris O'Donnell as Robin.
Robin.
Terrible.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Robin. I'm going to shoehorn in there, even though he wasn't
Sure.
actually Robin. I'm throwing his ass in there
Sure.
because that was a
Sure.
fucking sham.
Ooh, Miller as the Flash. I am still so upset about that.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
Because of what he did to the Flash, man. Not to the Flash. Like, dude, like I gotta take my glasses off this. I'm getting all fogged up now,
Getting all
buddy.
Clark Kenny Superman-y.
Buddy, you're a cunt. You ruined it for me. Why are you making this socially awkward, really weird Barry Allen that puts on a suit and becomes really fast? Like that, the
No.
Flash in Justice League to me, in the movie Justice League,
Yes.
his character felt so out of place. So
Absolutely. Now, my question, and obviously we're running out of time, so I'm going to make it quick. Is that the writing? Is that David Goyer and the writers, or is that Ezra Miller
there's
portraying
just no way.
that character?
You know why? Because they wrote the same shit for that movie, right? So everybody got that script. So they wrote the script out and wrote the notes, the script notes, the movement notes, all
Yeah.
that shit for Wonder Woman,
Okay.
Batman, Cyborg, Aquaman, everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the only true out of place character in that was him.
That's
So
true.
I know how this works. I mean, I don't. Okay, I'm not a Hollywood big shot. You know, I don't order children from Wayfair and make tons of money. Um, so, I can just say from experience of reading scripts and stuff, is they write this. This is the block, right?
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
then you get a big name or anything, and then they get to expand it. And
Band on it.
you know
Okay.
who's an expert at that? Expert.
Who?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
They give
fantastic.
him his script, and he goes so many different which way. That new meme that everybody else like,
Yeah.
that's all him, man. So if you can
Yeah.
tell me that
It's
they're like,
true.
all right, so we're gonna try to make JLA. I mean, not, yeah, sorry, Justice League
Yeah.
movie to compete with these powerhouses coming out, the Avengers, right? All these powerhouse movies.
Okay.
You think that they decided just, oh yeah, we're gonna write the Flash like a complete fucking moron,
True.
a
Okay.
socially
I'll give you
awkward
that.
moron.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, that they wanted to go, and I'm just saying this isn't my thoughts, I'm not making fun of anybody with any mental issues or
Mm.
mentally handicapped people, but this is a theory that people are saying that, oh, they made him be like on the autism spectrum where he has Asperger's.
Why? He's a scientist.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Asperger's, people with Asperger's, people with autism, brilliant, brilliant fucking minds, amazing people,
Yeah.
phenomenal. So if that was the target that they were going for, he still failed, and it just seemed like it was terrible. It was terrible, terrible,
Okay. I'll give you that. Yeah. Yeah.
terrible.
Not very good.
Oh,
That's
what's
true.
his name? Real quick, fucking to play fair, shit on Marvel. What's his name as a Sandman?
Oh, Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church. Topher.
Topher
Um,
Grace Venom.
yes, as fucking Venom. Like,
I don't know, dude. I didn't like James Franco either.
oh, Franco
I like,
is fucking Goblin.
dude, that motherfucker
Green
chewed the
Goblin.
scenery like a motherfucker, man. Holy Christ.
I
Defoe
God,
was
that guy.
awesome, though.
He's just like, he's just awesome.
He is
Speak.
awesome.
Thank you for saying Defoe. Please, please, people, stop it. 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 Stop. Stop trying to force a Robert Pattinson with Willem Dafoe fucking Joker movie. Stop it.
Oh,
I want something else beyond a Joker movie. Please. There's an insane, like, how long has Batman been written for?
fuck
From
forever.
from Detective Comics up until the fucking last issue that's coming out this Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands of books.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You can pick somebody else besides the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Joker.
Yeah, but there's a lot of really good villains, and that's why I'm pretty excited for Reeves, is because like he's bringing in some. I mean, he's changing up the Riddler
Or Hush.
or Hush. We'll see. He's giving us the crime boss Penguin,
Mm-hmm.
from what it looks like, rather than the mutant Penguin that Burton gave us.
Danny DeVito.
I love Danny DeVito, man, but what the fuck?
That's all I can hear every time I think of his. He's just when he's walking. That's all I can.
And
Fucking...
obviously Catwoman, man. I mean, I think it's really cool. I think there's a lot of really undertoned Batman villains that they could go with that would be very cool. I think it'd be cool to see, Calendar Man. I think it'd be cool to see Zaz. The Gotham show did a pretty good job of pulling lesser known villains.
Besides the last season,
Dude, I didn't watch past season 1 of Gotham, so I don't fucking know.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
even
you do.
Jarvis. I know they did a whole season with Jarvis Tech with fucking Hatter, and that's another great fucking villain you could do shit with. But aside from all that, man, I don't know what we're looking like on time. I'm sure we're
Oh.
running long.
Yeah, I mean, who gives a fuck? It's our show. We can do what we want. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of miscast. Oh, fucking God.
Where is it?
No. Jason Momoa as Aquaman, terribly cast.
Very much so. She's gonna be like, "What?"
Dude, you know what I'm gonna say to her? There's so many movies and shows that he's shirtless. You can find more content than Aquaman.
She'll see this in 3 weeks and get pissed.
I know. That's what I love about this podcast. It's great. I set myself up for failure. Because in 3 weeks from now, or a month, when she finally decides to watch this, I'm gonna come home and she's just gonna be,
Why'd you say that?
And we're
You're
like,
like,
what
oh,
do I do
fuck,
now?
what did I say? A month ago on the podcast, you said this, and you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, what did I say a month ago? I don't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning. I don't know what I said a month ago.
But yeah, so
We'll end
see.
with that. Jason Momoa as Aquaman was not the best choice. I also am not so sold on what was his name? The guy that played his brother. Patrick.
Swayze.
No. His name's Patrick something, but he played Ocean Master in the movie. I wasn't really sold on him as Ocean Master, nor was I sold on Nicole Kidman as his mother, but whatever.
What is Nicole Kidman?
Fuck.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow is Pepper.
Oh,
suck it, Gwyneth Paltrow.
I mean, they did a pretty good job with Gwen Stacy.
What's her the big eyes? She's so cute. I forgot her name.
She's so dead.
Oh, she's such a cock. Yes, she is.
All right. Well, with me being a cock, let's lead into this week's Amanda.
Which is hilarious because when you were unboxing, I said how I had an Amanda, and then I fucking completely forgot.
So you forgot? All right. Well, that works.
So let's get into the Moop, who we're sticking to being a Moop. Maybe it's still up in the air. However, still how it's being handled by said person is very Moopish. So
super Moopish. And that's, I believe his name is Dylan Universe Comics. If you are on IG and you are in the comic community and you don't know who this dude is, I am super shocked because I am way on the outside of all of this shit all of the time. And I know who this fucking dude is, and I know what this motherfucker did. So, short synopsis. Apparently this cat had two Amazing Fantasy 15s, which, in the first place, let's just go with how big of a feat that shit is.
Insanity. For those who don't know, like the only other people that really support me in life, which is my coworkers that aren't even into comics, but you still love me, so you support the show. That's the first appearance of Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Parker, and more importantly, Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
Ooh, first appearances all around. Pat, pat, pat. Anyhow, so this motherfucker apparently somehow managed to get two of those. Which, to me personally, this cat can't be any older than me.
He's like 22 or some shit.
Okay, so he's much younger than me. So how you are pulling the kind of cash together to afford two of those books in the first place is beyond me. He apparently sent both of these to CGC to get graded. And apparently, according to his story, they damaged and detached the covers on not just one, but both of them. Now, you can have your opinions on CGC or any grading company, CBCS, whatever the fuck. I cannot imagine these people have been in business for as long as they've been in business if that is how reckless and careless they will treat a book of that magnitude.
Not just a book, two.
Two of them.
Two. And we're talking about a book that is like in the top fucking 3 biggest grails on the planet.
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking about number one, probably just because of it is Action Comics 1.
Yes, absolutely.
And then, of course, you have the first app of Batman, and then even Batman 1.
Yeah.
Detective Comics 1. And Amazing Fantasy 15 2. So you mean to tell me that some guy just fucking yeeted that shit against a fucking wall?
This is like, look, guys, we got two. Yeet.
the woke yeet, not my yeet.
They're fucking everybody's yeet. But yeah, no, so he obviously claimed this, and at first, lots of people jumped on his side and were like, holy fuck, CGC, you guys are bags of shit. I can't believe you did this, yada, yada, so on and so forth. Well, then a couple other people started sprinkling their shit in, and then it turned into this big whole, this dude's full of shit, yada, yada. But anyhow, what makes this cat... Yeah, the picture, because he only had what? Like fucking two pictures.
Of like books that might not even be that he could have ripped off fucking Google Image.
Exactly.
And don't forget the problem with this is that he sent them out for pressing and cleaning and refused to reveal at first who his presser and cleaner was, but the plot thickens. Because today, just today, Fuzz and I found out that his presser and cleaner came out and was like, this was me. I press and clean these books. I sent them out. They were both attached. Both staples were attached, blah, 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 blah. But now, fishiness. If you go to Dylan's Instagram page, he had a bunch of videos and talking shit about other members of the community. Another guy that's very big on calling people out, who's not even a fan of CGC. Actually, he's very anti-CGC, seemingly great. I think he's City Limits. I think he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
No shit, no bullshit kind of guy. But he even apologized to CGC because he was like, wait, first I was backing this guy, but then like his evidence isn't, it's a little fucking fugazi. So now this kid is in a corner.
Right.
So now let's say this wouldn't be me, but let's say it was me. And I'm trying to scan, because the difference in grade, ladies and gentlemen at home, is over $60,000.
Yes.
Yes, $60,000.
Correct.
From the difference of a staple being attached
and a
to
staple
not
being attached. Yes.
So it's not like this kid, maybe if he was fucking going so hard for like $100 difference, I'd be like, what's this kid really got to lose? Like,
right.
Like, why are you going to lie for an extra $100 like that?
Right.
This is 60 plus.
Because, I mean, if it was both books, that's 120.
That's a lot of fucking money.
That's 120K.
So now, let's say I'm being put into a corner, and my bullshit is being smelled. And people now are City Limit Comics, that nerdy comic girl, all peppering me with, there's this shit not adding up.
Right.
So regardless if it's believed or not, I'm still sitting on 2 amazing Fantasy 15s. It's going to fetch over 100K, probably.
Easy.
So I call up my buddy, Fuzz. Hey, what's up, man? Do you care about your reputation that much? Like, how much you making? How much you making a year off your cleaning and pressing?
No, not that much.
All right, so how about I toss you $7,000 to say that you cleaned and pressed my 2 amazing Fantasy 15s, and that you actually didn't do a bad job with it. That you sent them out and they were attached. $7,000?
$7,000 sounds great. I'm
all right, man.
On it right now.
Appreciate it. Get that Instagram post out for me now. Thanks, bud.
Got it. Boom.
Come on. Come on, man. So, you're a Moop.
So yeah, you're this week's fucking Moop, Dylan Comics, whatever the fuck. Because come on, dude. Like, even if so let's say I'm in that situation myself. Even if I was not lying or was lying, all these people start peppering me. First thing I'm doing is showing the whole fucking book. From what I understand, he did not even show both books at all ever during his whole ordeal. Nothing. So, for all I know, bro, you didn't even have these books in the fucking first place.
It's so odd. There's just so many holes in this story, and
it's fucking nonchalant. But it'll bring me back to my other point, and that is, if you collect comics, if you are into comics, if you are into this shit, you know who you should listen to always, whenever it comes to buying, selling anything? Fucking you. Not anybody else.
Yep. I agree. So he's the Moop, but that also reminds me of something, because in lieu of an Amanda, because this next thing I'm going to say is actually somebody that's more deserving of being a Moop than an Amanda. Can we double Moop it this week instead of having an Amanda and a Moop? Okay, so you know how last week we were talking about Aaron Carter?
Oh, God, yes.
So that led me into a little deep dive of Aaron Carter and what his crack ass is doing now. So Aaron Carter, I'm going to call you this week's Moop, because my findings were that apparently this guy is such a piece of shit that he has like pugs. He likes pugs, the dog. It's an animal.
Okay, yeah.
And he abuses them.
Why?
Like kicks them and fucking keeps them in the kennel cage all day long and neglects them. And there's a lot of like proof against this. It's not just his name. Like, what name do you fucking have anymore, buddy? That's gonna be sullied through the mud. So you abuse dogs, man. Like, you're Aaron
On
Carter. You abuse dogs. On top of, also, by the way, if you dive deep into it, apparently he was doing this thing back in the day too, where like he got a Twitter, and he got a Twitter and his Instagram, and he used to be very interactive with his fans.
Correct.
And this is creeper status now.
Oh,
So
fuck.
he would apparently like he's now over the age of 18. He's older now. He would like slide into the DMs of like underage girls. And if you want proof, you want to go way back into it. He used to do this thing where he'd shout out my woman crush Wednesday. So he would have, I guess, apparently girls DM him pictures of themselves, and he would shout them out and post them as woman crush Wednesday.
Oh, fuck.
So like, if you're a 14-year-old girl or 15-year-old girl, and you DM him a photo of your selfie smiling, this adult male is shouting you out publicly as his woman crush Wednesday.
Mm.
And if you dive even deeper,
oh, Christ.
Apparently there's some messages that were sent and said, not too off the cuff, but enough like, oh, you know, you're really sexy, you're really hot, so get at me when you're 18. So now he's calling an under the age of 18 person sexy and hot, but then get at me when you're 18. So you're probably a fucking creeper. Well, you are. Woman crush Wednesdays for women you don't even know the age of. Or you do and you're just a fucking cockbag. And you abuse little adorable little pugs.
No.
Piggy pugs.
No. You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking Moop. And now I know for a fact that there is no way in hell you ever beat Shaq at basketball.
Nope.
Ever.
Boom. You put it in the hoop like slam. Heard the crowd screaming out, go fuck yourself, you idiot. And on that note,
see you guys next week.
And regardless, don't be an Amanda.
Don't.